Hey, what up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we get to continue be working on our Mach, trying to improve the car best as we can. So in today's agenda is we are going to be changing front control arms. This one is an OEM one with 110,000 miles. What I mean by OEM, it's a V6 one that came with the V6 before I did a swap. The right one is the Mach ones. That one was with a swap, so that one's like 60,000 miles on it. However, that one is kind of like giving me problems. I hear it clicking, and you can notice when the control arm is bad. Some of these V6 is supposed to be having like a fitted bushings, and the Mach one is supposed to be the floating one. And by that, here are the parts that I got. These are the Moog. I got this off Rock Auto, 76 bucks each or 78 bucks each, something like that. The bushings are pressed in, so these are not the free floating ones that come on a Cobras or Max, but it really doesn't matter. These bushings are legit. I could have gone with getting a different kind of bushing fitting in the control arm, but with the money for this, it's not even worth spending extra money. And I had the other bushings on my rear, and those things are hard and squeak, and it's just not efficient. All right, with that being said, let's lift up the car up, put on jack stands, and see how efficiently we can change the control arms. Also, some of you will notice the fender is different color, the bumper is different color. That's because I spray painted this out of the can. You can check the video out. It's also on my YouTube channel. Less than 140 bucks or something like that. It's pretty cheap, but right now you can notice it because different lighting, but it's not bad. However, the car is gonna get repainted. We're probably gonna go with Austin yellow, BMW color, or the same color. Still deciding on that one. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, this should be a piece of cake because this all can stay bolted. So I just have to remove is a sway bar from the bottom, and obviously there's one bolt right there and two bolts right here, and I hope that this one comes out. It doesn't interfere with the rack and pinion, but if it does, I guess the rack and pinion will have to be unbolted as well. Alright, so let me just go ahead and get the sway bar links removed, and we'll see what's next. Alright, so next thing is ball joint nut. It's 24 millimeter. Hopefully it comes off easily. Doesn't look like it's going to. Oh, it's not bad. So I'm gonna unbolt it only to the top, and then once it gets close to the top, I'm gonna use a jack support on the bottom so I can drop the control arm down so the spring doesn't come out running. So I smacked the spindle. The knuckle came right out real fast. So this process works for me, but it might not work for you because I do have low ring springs, so it takes less for a control arm to travel down. So I got the jack supported on the bottom. Now I'm gonna get rid of this screw and drop the jack slowly. Both springs are off, and while I'm gonna have the control arms off, I decided I'm gonna change the engine mount as well, so that way it'll be less things in the way. So as you can see, the engine is kind of sitting a little bit left. I think one of my engine mounts is shot, so here is the OEM replacement. I got it from American Muscle. These bad boys are OEM, so hopefully they fix the lean, or otherwise it's a shaker that is messed up, but I highly doubt it. I looked at it, the engine mount looks very compressed, so definitely gonna change them out and we'll have a brand new car. Let's get to that one too as well. All right, so let me get the control arms off. It should be pretty simple. 2 screws and they should come out. All right, got the control arm unbolted. However, the rack and pinion has got to be loose in order for the bolt to come out, and as well, one of the subframe bolts got to come off in order for this thing to slide out. Engineering, love it. But anyways, I gotta drop the subframe as well, because in order to remove the engine mounts, I definitely have to drop the subframe. So that's why we're doing 2 things at once. All right, so one of the screws is loose, and now this bad boy can come out, no problem. Also, rack and pinion is loose, so now this one should be able to come out. Control arm is out. Definitely had to loosen up a rack and pinion, which is easy, just 2 screws. Here is the passenger side, and we'll compare them right now to the new ones. Alright, here are the old ones. As you can see, this has seen better days. 100K. Same story goes for this one. You can see how old that hole got. And the Mach one is hydro. You can pry it through here and it separates. This one is same thing. Supposedly my V6 had a hydro boost bushings, but these ones are solid. They are pressed in, as you can see. So we'll do these bad boys after we do the engine mounts. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to support the engine up while I remove the subframe. It looks like subframe is gonna have to come out in order to access to the bolts. So the engine has to be supported, and the engine support has to come out to get to the engine mounts. It's kind of boring, don't want to show much, but definitely got to remove 2 bolts here and 2 here while you hold the engine up, drop it down low, and change out the brackets. All right, engine support is off. It's on the ground, actually fell down, but here are the engine mounts. You can see it. It's really easy to get to them right now. And also the driver's side. So let's change these bad boys out and put everything back. Alright. Oh yeah, this one is fantastic. Here are the engine mounts side by side, as you can see. I should have changed it a long time ago. This one is far gone. That would explain why the engine was sitting crookedly. You can see the rubber too, all broken up versus the good side. Alright, let's install this bad boy up and finish the other side too. Alright, here's the driver's side. This one is shot too, as you can see. Put them side to side. It's a little bit lower, so let's put a new one back in. Alright, the engine mounts are in, and You can see the difference. The shaker is right in the middle. All right, so next thing is control arms, springs, and it should be done. Alright, control arms are in on both sides. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't easy to put them in as this bushing is more this way, so I had to use a hammer to get it in there. But now that they're in, I'm just gonna assemble it the same way as I took off, and I'll show you the final results. Alright, control arms are in, springs are in, sway bar is disconnected. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna put the wheels back on, drop the car onto the car jacks, or not car jacks, the car ramps, and then I'm gonna tighten the back two bolts because these have to be tightened after the car is settled under full suspension load. So that's gonna be a next step, and then I guess a little alignment. All right, everything is tightened up, so now I'm gonna do alignment. I got this alignment tool from eBay, and as you can see, the front one is at 70 inches, the back is 69 3/4. So now I just gotta fix to make sure they go down the road straight, and it should be ready for test drive. All right, so I have been driving the car for like about a week since I did control arms, and they feel amazing. Even the alignment that I did in my own garage goes down straight. Actually feels like you're driving a brand new car. The steering feel, it's like so responsive compared to before, how worn out the bushings and everything else was. And like I always say, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and let's get more videos done.